Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, thank you for joining this webinar, part of the webinar series offered by the European Commission, European School Education Platform, the European Commission's platform for school education in Europe. My name is Maria Elena, and I will be the hostess of this session. Once again, this is a recorded webinar, and all the material will be uploaded on the European School Education Platform in the following days. As mentioned earlier, I would like to remind you of some technicalities. Following the General Data Protection Regulations, your microphones and your cameras have been disabled. However, we invite you to share any thoughts, questions, any concerns through the chat. And we kindly ask you not to share any personal information during this session. Instead, you can always use the Connect tab on the European School Education platform for partner finding and collaborations. We invite you to stay with us until the very end of this webinar to learn more about the upcoming learning events on the European School Education platform. Before we begin, I would like to remind you that you are taking part in a webinar series, meaning that you can obtain a certificate for this format, but in order to obtain a certificate, you need to enroll in both the webinars of the webinar series. The first webinar took place on Friday. The second webinar of the webinar series is taking place right now, today. And we have invited Esther for that, but more to follow. And you need to fill in the final activity. The final activity can be found on the EU Academy. Kira has shared it with you in the chat right now, as you can see. Please make sure to submit the final activity in the proposed deadline. Regarding the certificates, those will be awarded late next week. So please be a little patient with us. There are many things going on this period. And yeah, I think we can move forward. If you have any questions about this, of course, feel free to share them in the chat. We will try to reply. And if you are having any technical issues, please always mention them in the chat. And if not, you can always use the help desk. So, for this webinar, we have invited Esther Benito. Esther has a strong expertise in working with students with special education needs and especially with deaf students. She's also involved in a bilingual project regarding the Spanish oral language and the Spanish sign language. Today, with Esther's help, we will explore the importance of collaboration between teachers and parents in special education, focusing on a shared teaching context, the co-teaching context. And Esther will give us some practical examples based on her experience. And with no further delays, Esther, if you're ready, I can start sharing the presentation and you can introduce the context to our audience.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bueno, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for this opportunity to share my experience. I love teaching. I have been working in the world of special education for 25 years, especially with deaf students and other disability. But thank you for all everyone, because I know you are a long working day, and now you are listening and training, and congratulations, because your profession, teacher, oriental consuls, support teacher, we don't stop training. So thank you very much. I hope no bore so much. Okay. So in this webinar, my main goal is to give you effective tool and strategies for make the collaboration between families and teacher. Okay, but I would like you to give a little vision to empathy with the families, and to need to understand why we have to collaborate, because it's very important we are collaborate together for the baby, the children go in an inclusion environment. So I divided my presentation in 4 blocks. Okay. Theoretical framework, we talking about topic about special need. what is the family field, or for example, inclusion. And then we're talking about the collaboration family school, the advantages and the barriers, who is I give you some strategies that we use in our school. So we need to presentation the Spanish education system, because you need to understand our context. And then finally, I would like to show you my school, because my school I think is a good example of teacher collaboration, because we have a special project. So for the beginning of the webinar, I would like to show you a short spot in Spanish. I try to make in English, but I can see when the family is waiting a baby and the baby is not that they waiting. So it's a very, very surprise, and they have to make a different way. So I try to sharing this video. Wait, se me ha ido el vídeo. Okay. You can see?
Esther, now you have to share your screen.
No.
And include the sound, okay? And then I will
including
start
the
the presentation.
sound. So wait a moment. It's here. I can do it. I don't. Yeah.
You can do it. Great. Perfect.
Yes, in this moment.
Can see
you can see. You can see now, yeah?
Just turn on the sound if you want from the video.
Oh.
From YouTube. From YouTube.
Wow.
Because you have it in silence.
In silence.
Yes.
Okay. Entonces, now, in this moment. Okay.
Cuando vas a tener un bebé es como planear unas vacaciones. Ese viaje a la playa con el que siempre has soñado, por fin lo vas a hacer. Entonces empiezas a comprar guías de las mejores calas del mundo y hacer planes maravillosos. Pasear por la orilla, tumbarte a echar una larga siesta. ¿Es todo tan emocionante? Finalmente llega el gran día. Preparas tus maletas y allá que vas. Varias horas después, la carretera se corta y comienza un sendero lleno de pinos que se adentra en un bosque.
Bienvenidos a la montaña.
A la montaña. Pero si yo iba al mar. Y aunque te lleva algún tiempo asumirlo, comienzas a pensar que no has llegado a un lugar tan horrible. Simplemente es diferente. Porque si te pasas la vida quejándote de que nunca llegaste a ir a la playa, puede que nunca tengas la libertad para poder disfrutar de todo lo especial que tiene la montaña.
Okay. Great. Okay, you can see we are all in the same.
Yes, you can take control. Great, great,
okay.
Esther, amazing.
So I would like to show you this. This is the situation that where the family come to the school for the first time is here. The family was waiting a normal, ordinary baby, and suddenly they have a disability. So this process beginning with a medical certificate disability, and the family beginning to have a feeling, an attitude toward disability, confusion, negation, impossibility. So the professionals, we must to do accompany this family and to help to that session, to see that this boy, these children is and has future expectation, no overprotection, because this is a mistake, a great mistake, and we have to help to see an inclusion right live. So in 2 years ago in Spain, the law is changed, so inclusion, a new definition on a special education need, and this definition is important because it includes three aspects important, three pillars of the inclusion, like access, present, participation, and learning. So it's important that the children, the pupils here in a school, but it's important we have to do the support that they need. And this support is between with collaboration with the family, collaboration with the parents, collaboration with the other professional that is in this case with these children, because this child, there is have a lot of medical, physical, physios, speech therapy, a lot of professional around the baby. So it's important. So when we're talking about the inclusion, and this is the goal, main inclusion, we have to talk about present, participation, and learning, and we have to do a special organization of education. In this case, in our school, we have to do about bilinguals in sign language and oral language, and we have a special organization that before I saw you. So it's important to achieve inclusion, but you can do it alone. When the family needs see a children, no allowable disability. Okay, we need to support to psychology with the teacher, to empathy, to give support and inclusion into real life to the children. The family needs to reorganize that the child is able to do activities. They need to choose what is the educational center that they prefer for the children. And they need to know who is the evolution of the children. Is very important day to day. So Maria Montessori said, help me to do it myself. And this is very important to work with the family at the beginning, all the process, and they must to do a company. So because the family, the children have to feel that the family protects, company, understand, but the family has to provide opportunity at the home and create atmospheres, security, trust, because they have together with the families, and the family collaborates with the professional when I feel that we are on the same weight and we work together. The families can participate in a lot of level of the school. Okay, they must participate in the school, in the care, with the dress, with the cleaning, with the so they must to participate in information exchange every day with the teacher and the other professional. They must to participate in into the classroom. They must participate in homework support when the activity that the collaboration with the school. They must to participate in family associations, families in Spanish name. When I don't know, it's in English. Okay, but it's important that the family are part of the life of the school, because in special education, because all things that the student learn, they must to do in the real life. So normally we can see different barriers to collaboration. For example, when we have a lack of communication between teachers, professionals, and parents, we have to misunderstanding. No understanding. No, it's in the same way. So what we can do? Well, okay, we can do a lot of things, no? But for example, it's very easy to use tools like digital agents or regular meeting with the parents. for to storing the same the same information. Okay, when we have difference in expected and approved, we have different goal. So this is no, we don't know in the same way. The parents go for way and the other for other side. No, it's not the same. So it's very important to make to the parents invited to the classroom, participate in activities, join meeting, talking every day. For example, when we have lack of speech training, wow, I don't understand my children because I don't know who is the disability that this problem we have. We don't have possibility to participate. So what can you do it? What we can do it? We can prepare a workshop and training in the school. And all the situation is the finally emotion burden and time controlation and professional in a way, and the family in other side is not the same conversation, the same communication. So I think it's very important that the professional make to the family efficacious communication, make an individual education plan, and prepare workshop and training. So I give you something, example of, for example, in my school and my experience that we are, that we can do it. So we want to effective communication. So we create communication channel between meeting with the professional, all the professional. We can use platform digitals in this moment is very useful. And we have to do rapport. It's very important. So the meeting with the professional, in our case, we always made an initial interview with the family, with that medical support, with other professional, external psychology, okay? So we have a lot of information and we have to know who is the mate that the student learning, or who is the autonomy or the communication, or who is the need that this children has. So in this process, we made different meeting for information and give intermediate report. And when they finished 3 months, in Spain is 3 months, we made a final course evaluation about the goal and who is in this make is okay, is affected or no, or we have to work continued because this goal is not good. So, for example, in Plataformas Digitales, we have, in Spain, it's very normal to use Class Dojo. In Class Dojo is to the teacher put points about the day of the children. Our Classroom is in Drive, in Google. It's a platform you can use for sharing a lot of information, documentation, videos, all materials of the school you can use in this platform. So for the life, we can use report because these children, when get home and mothers, fathers ask you, oh, what did you do it in this day in the school? And the children say, I know because normally the children have a long journey and it's no, I don't know who do it in after, no, but in the case of the student with a special need has a lot of difficulty with communication. In some case, nothing communication. So we have to do report to the family this day and day between different tools. Okay, so for example, we use this travel note, or this, for example, or this is the book of my life. The book of my life is a book, and they made with picture with the family at home, and then went to the school and saw the other children, and we have to make a lot of communication. Okay, it's a tool of communication because we use a lot of pictograms and drawings. Other tools what we use is draft situation. Is a draft what we draft in the moment what we are explain to the children what is the activities that they do in this day, in the morning, at home, in the afternoon. So because it's very important that the family told to the teacher, to the professional, what is the activity that the children have to do in the afternoon, so the children can do it in this drawing. So it's very easy to them to understand. So the professional match to individual education plan with because it's important that the children is equal opportunity. So it's very useful. It's very favorable to use universal learning design. This is a universal design is learning for all with different drafts. And this methodology is adaptability to all people. To favorite the autonomy, the communication, the learning style, and is in base to motivation and interesting. This is a sample of when I can do it, talking about a lot of time of universal learning, but I don't have time. So I want to show you a lot of tools, but I don't have time. This is a sample of pictograms in a classroom, okay, and this is individual support for the children. It's not for the group, it's individual for the children, okay? And this is the step by step that the activities have in a day, in a short time of the morning, okay? For example, they have to sign, have to go to the physiotherapy, and to have to write a letter, go to the bathroom, they have to breakfast, and they have to time break, okay? This is other sample. When we do it an activity, we make a step by step with pictograms, and we sit with the children and we make okay, trust. We trust this step, and then we have to do the other. And when the activity is completed, we put an stick. This okay. Okay. Okay, and this is other strategy to cool the collaboration is a workshop of training and the school for families. Okay, the families must to do what is the problem, what is the speak needs or the disability, but they must to do support tools. Oh, okay, in a school we use this tool, but the family need to the same the same tools. So they must to do the same training, okay? For example, they must to do speak to the eyes. And please, before you can talking with your children, you must to look to the eyes and the attention, and then you have to control it, and you can use pictograms, and you can use different alternative system, okay? And this school is in the families come to the school, and we prepare this workshop. Okay, in a special case in our school, we have training about sign language Spanish. Okay, the teacher, the families come 1 hour a week, and we have a deaf teacher that training sign language. Sorry. Other kind of participation of the family that is very satisfactory is participation in classroom activities. So we prepare with the family before who is the activity and who are the mate, and the family are the protagonists. The protagonists of the activity, so they can see who is her children into the classroom, because different context is not the same for the behavior. Okay, so for example, in home the behavior was horrible, and the classroom is very soft. It's okay. So a family can use and learning strategies, the communication, the sign language, the activity, motivation, to know the other colleagues. So this is other, for example, in therapies individualis, we invited to the family, for example, to teaching who is the method of saying pictograms at the beginning of is the first communication with the children don't have any communication in sign language not used. We can use a same communication system. So, well, I would like to show you a lot of more, but I don't have more times. When we work together, we meet as patients, we attain the same objectives, we have a mutual help, and we share in responsibility. So we can do it, inclusion real. Okay, so the families for example, in the context of Spain, this different the Spain's education system is for state, preschool, primary, secondary, high school, university. So in this context in the state, in a Spanish school, we have private school, public, and concerted. The concerted is in the middle. They have a support of the community, the government, and the other part is private. So in the different modality to school is ordinary center, normal, hope for something perhaps something the students with need little needs. Other ordinary with support, so for example, ordinary center with educational support for the motor hearing development students, or for example, experience of community case, but there are two schools, special school, ordinary school, and in different time they work together. And the other line is special education, all in a small group, very, very, very it's a small, very, sorry. And are the stable classroom for pupil development disorder, okay? Well, I would like to show you our school, okay? This is per Ponce Leon. If we have time at the end of the presentation, we can see a video that presentation all program very, very, very visual and is very good. So in this you can see, okay? So no, we don't have time, okay. We have a special project, Spanish bilingual content, but Spanish oral language and Spanish sign language. We are trying to reference the education of deaf students, and we work with the inclusion department. We care for the deaf student from the 3 years to the adult life. We use a bilingual environment, well, I say it's the same, and we have lucky because we have a stable team of professionals. So this is a good for us because we can work together and training every year. So this is not our organization. We have 2 lines, a special line and formal education inclusion, but in the same center. So, for example, in one line we have very small group, 6 years to 21 years. In this case, we have basic obligatory, transition to the adult programs, and program professional with gardening, electricity, and makeup. And the other line, we have nursery, preschool, primary, secondary, and vocational education with ordinary, but with a preference of deaf students. So we have a special ratio. We have 15 ordinary students and 5 deaf students into the classroom. And to organize this methodology, we have 2 teachers in the classroom, 1 teacher Spanish language and other teacher oral language, work together all time. So then we have English teacher and English assistant, speech therapy, deaf people, that this is the referent of the community of deaf, music therapy, and PE teacher is normal the ordinary, but we have, for example, to physiotherapy in some case. All professionals need to be able to communicate in specialized language. So the team must have teaching qualification in therapy, pedagogy, and speech therapy. We must do continuous training in activity methodology and universal learning design. We adapt materials and activity according to the needs and the pupil. And in general, we must to develop the skill of empathy, teamwork, innovation. Okay, because our methodology is very essential because bilingual, we have a special organization teacher, we are in education because deaf and hearing are together in the same classroom for the inclusion present participation and learning. So we have activity and participation in methodologies for the project-based learning, cooperative work, and we use corner methodology. I show you something pictures about. In this case, we have a group of students of primary in corners methodology, and they are working together, deaf and hearing student, and they made the same activity but in different levels. So at the same time, in the same space, we have 4 corners, and the students can choose what corners prefer to do in this day, but they must to do all corners and all week. So we have corner of mathematics, language, science, artistic, okay? So they must to do these corners all time. We were but project by running, so we made a lot of motivational activities in the project methodology. For example, in this case, this is a classroom of a project school, and they are projects of Egypt and the mummies. For example, the teacher and the deaf teacher are dressed of the antiques Egypt and the process of the mummies. So this kind of work is very, very satisfying for us because the children are very happy, the families is good, the open of the school are open every day. And they must do a lot of work of programming between professional, because we have 4 or 5 professionals in a classroom all day. So, for example, the 2 tutors and the consul, they must to have a meeting for planify the activities every day with the special lines, with 3 tutors, 2 tutors with the speech therapist twice a week. Okay, so depending on the professional, the teacher has 1 or 2 meeting. We have meeting weekly, and the first of the course, in the intermediate, at the final of the terms, and we prepare a lot of final schools. So I have a lot of things about you, but I would like to show you the video of my school because I think I have time, Mariana. Is possible?
Yes.
Yeah?
We have still almost 30
Okay,
minutes.
but
Go ahead.
go. Video includes video. Where is there? Wait.
Yes, you can say, okay, like this.
Es que lo tenía. Oh, it's not here. ¿Por qué? It's here. Okay, you can say, you can hear listening.
Give it a
Descarga Free Now
Yes, we
y
can
al
hear
tercero,
it.
mejor en taxi. Free Now. Descarga la app.
Okay, this is my school. I'm very good at that.
Yo estábamos en 3 añitos, no, en 3 años. O cuando nos conocimos estábamos en 3 años. Y a Borja le pregunté qué le pasaba porque estaba muy nervioso y le pregunté qué me pasaba y empezó a darme abrazos y besos y conocí a su hermano y me pensé que solo eran amigos, pero cuando vi a su madre que estaban juntos, digo, sí, son hermanos. Y es verdad que se parecen mucho y ya pues fuimos amigos.
Tenemos 2 niños que son gemelos y nacieron prematuros, y uno con más dificultades que otro. Uno por la prematuridad es sordo, Hugo, y el otro tiene una PC motora y también una sordera añadida.
Pues el centro Ponce de León era un centro específico de sordos en el que pues la comunidad era pequeña, éramos como máximo entre 70 y 90 alumnado sordo. Pero no nos convencía, entonces fue darle un vuelco al centro y admitir a todos los oyentes de la zona. Nosotros decimos que hemos hecho una inclusión del oyente en el colegio, y entonces a partir de ahí nuestra filosofía es la inclusión. Aquí ha habido dificultades, hay papás que se asustan al entrar en el cole o incluso han tenido inicio de rechazo.
Hombre, al principio muchos. Esto era un centro con referente de sordos y nosotros somos de la zona y solo había sordos. Entonces nos asesoraron muy bien cuando se amplió para niños oyentes, pero teníamos miedo porque no sabíamos cómo iba a funcionar. Además la gente te pregunta, pero ¿eso cómo funciona? ¿Y qué es diferente?
En este colegio los niños son niños. En un colegio ordinario, si fuese mi hijo, seguramente que entre 30 sería el único con una discapacidad. Entonces, a mi hijo aquí le llaman Borja, le llaman Hugo, Aitor. En otro colegio seguro que sería Borja, el niño sordo, o Borja, el niño que corre de diferente forma. Y aquí no, aquí todos son iguales.
Yo creo que aprendemos a el compañerismo, a ayudarnos, a que no tenemos por qué decir que una persona es distinta a nosotros y porque no sepa hacer algo, porque se le dé mal una cosa.
Diferente a otros centros, pues yo creo que todo. Desde la participación de los padres hasta la educación de la niña, tanto el trabajo que se hace curricularmente, que se trabaja por proyectos, y al principio nos costó un poco, pues, ¿qué era lo de los proyectos? Algo desconocido.
Pues en este centro trabajamos por lo que se dice proyectos, ¿vale? Entonces los alumnos eligen el proyecto que quieren estudiar, no es por votación, intentamos que sea por consenso, llegan a un acuerdo, eligen el proyecto que quieren investigar y con eso hacemos un índice de qué es lo que saben del proyecto, qué es lo que quieren aprender, cómo pueden buscar esa información. Luego después el profesorado con todo eso y el currículum, pues les vamos guiando un poco en esa investigación y en ese aprendizaje.
En nuestros hijos que tienen la dificultad auditiva les apoya muchísimo la comprensión. El llevar el mismo nivel que la clase por el bilingüismo les hace que sean capaces de entender las cosas en el mismo momento que el resto de sus compañeros.
Somos 2 tutores por aula, porque no es castellano-inglés, como suele ser un bilingüe, sino castellano-lengua de signos. Entonces hay 2 tutores por aula, un tutor es referente oral y el otro es referente lengua de signos. En mi caso yo soy referente oral, yo solo hablo y mi compañera solo signa. Hay explicaciones que son en las 2 lenguas, en las que las 2 estamos dando la información a la vez, y hay explicaciones que es en una única lengua, puede ser lengua de signos o lengua oral.
Verlos a ellos, cómo se comunican, es increíble. La comunicación es que no hay palabras, es que es verlos.
Aparte tenemos zonas, trabajamos por zonas. ¿Qué son las zonas? Son unas zonas de trabajo. Anteriormente se ha hecho una explicación,
pues de lengua, de matemáticas, de conocimiento del medio, y lo que hacemos es hacer una práctica de eso que se ha explicado antes en pequeños grupos. Entonces son unas zonas de trabajo que ellos eligen aleatoriamente y libremente el orden en el que quieren hacerlas. Dependiendo también por niveles, hacemos varias propuestas y ellos eligen la propuesta en la que están más cómodos. Pues, por ejemplo, en una zona de matemáticas hay 3 propuestas encima de la mesa y ellos eligen el nivel en el que están más cómodos. También ellos así como que se autoevalúan. Entonces, si ven que les resulta demasiado fácil, cuando terminan pueden elegir la siguiente. Es libre. Cada zona también usa como vehículo de comunicación una lengua concreta. Entonces, por ejemplo, la zona de matemáticas o la zona de lengua, la comunicación es en lengua oral, de manera que se intenta que los alumnos se comuniquen de forma oral y las tutoras que vamos a atender esa zona nos comunicamos de forma oral. Otras zonas, por ejemplo, plástica o proyecto lo llamamos, que es conocimiento del medio, o ahora ciencias naturales, ciencias sociales, suele ser en lengua de signos. Entonces, cuando vamos las tutoras a esas zonas, intentamos comunicar que ellos y nosotras nos comuniquemos en lengua de signos y entre ellos se comuniquen en lengua de signos también. Y entonces entre ellos se ayudan unos a otros, de manera que pueden estar sentados en la misma zona alumnos que tienen diferentes niveles curriculares y tienen también diferentes niveles, por decirlo de alguna manera, de ayuda.
Dice Hugo que es como un apoyo y digo, no, Hugo, es una actividad que hacemos con los amigos.
Si tienen dudas, intentamos que entre ellos primero se las puedan resolver. Cuando ya no son capaces de resolver esas dudas, acuden a nosotras. Entonces, simplemente con levantar la mano, intentamos que no se estén levantando del sitio, acudimos y les ayudamos.
Entonces, la familia es muy importante en todo el proceso educativo de los chavales, no solo por lo que les contemos, sino porque lo tienen que vivir. Y lo viven haciendo actividades diferentes y dándoles la oportunidad de hacerlo, sino simplemente en la teoría o porque vengan a que les contemos algo. Eso no es una participación real, ¿no?
En otros centros tienen puertas abiertas una semana. El puertas abiertas aquí es continuo, no. Bueno,
en los demás centros no hay lo que hay aquí de que cada semana tienen un protagonista e incluso los padres podemos, como habréis visto, podemos venir a hacer esa actividad con ellos porque es su día y venimos los padres y estamos y a los niños es que les encanta, ¿sabes?
Entonces cada semana hay un alumno que es el protagonista, entonces todos los lunes nos presenta el mejor día de su vida. Le acompaña la familia, porque intentamos que venga la familia a colaborar con nosotros y a realizar alguna actividad que esté relacionada con el proyecto. El protagonista ofrece a los compañeros una presentación sobre su vida para hacerse conocer más, para que todos le conozcan más, una parte que ellos hasta ahora no conocen, y los compañeros a su vez le hacen un regalo, en este caso ya en cuarto de primaria. Pues el regalo consta de un texto. Dependiendo de las características del protagonista, del alumno, ellos saben cómo tienen que hacer un poco ese texto. Saben que para Borja, en este caso, tenían que hacer un cuento que tuviese muchas imágenes, que fuesen frases sencillas y escritas en mayúscula. En el caso de la familia de Borja, es una familia que colabora muchísimo con el centro y suelen hacer una entrada, pues que el padre viene disfrazado, y hacen la verdad que actividades que a los niños les motivan un montón. Hoy concretamente han hecho una lámpara de lava porque el proyecto que estamos viendo son los volcanes y son actividades fáciles y que a los niños les gustan.
Fundamentalmente es el equipo, el que te da, ver a los chavales es fundamental, ¿no? Ves cómo disfrutan, pero sobre todo el entusiasmo del equipo. Entonces, pues eso a un director yo creo que le motiva a seguir luchando y peleando por ese objetivo compartido, ¿no? El que realmente ves que hay un trabajo en equipo y que realmente son ellos casi los que tiran de la dirección, ¿no?
Creo que es súper gratificante. Nosotros realizamos un esfuerzo, la verdad que importante, pero lo ves muy recompensado en los alumnos, en la respuesta que te dan, en ver cómo entre ellos, cómo se tratan, cómo se comunican, conversaciones que tienen que dices, vaya, pues sí que les llega lo que les estamos intentando hacer llegar, lo que les estamos enseñando.
Es que están muy unidos, tanto profesores como alumnos.
Llena mucho, o sea, no te cuesta venir, no lo ves como un trabajo, sino lo ves como que te apetece venir a estar con ellos, porque tú aprendes de ellos y ellos aprenden de ti, es decir, hay una retroalimentación, entonces realmente es satisfactorio, gratificante y además ves la evolución a todos los niveles, en valores, en autonomía, en conocimientos, a todos los niveles, un aprendizaje más allá, entonces te llena.
Porque yo creo que ganamos todos. Yo creo que una educación no es teórica, no puede haber una asignatura que se diga educamos en valores, sino que o lo vivimos o si no, no lo aprendemos. Entonces yo creo que ganamos todos con esta interacción y este crecer juntos.
Y a nosotros nos ayuda eso, a no ver a nuestros hijos también como diferentes. Es que al final
Sí.
La discapacidad te viene y no
Hay que
la asumes.
asumirla y ser uno más. O sea, no es... Sabemos que Borja, si hace una carrera, pues llegará más tarde. Bueno, no pasa nada. Corremos con él y ya está.
Porque claro, tú siempre quieres lo mejor para tus hijos y que sean los más listos, que tengan un currículum el mejor, pero sí que nos hemos dado cuenta con el paso del tiempo que es igual de importante que estén bien formados curricularmente como personas, o mucho más. Si ellos están como personas bien formados, todo lo demás sale adelante.
Okay, I hope you enjoy this video. Wait.
Esther, you can take control and
Okay.
keep the presidency.
Okay, thank you so much for this time for show you my school. I hope you enjoy and you give you some tool strategies and thank you very much for this time. And I don't know if I hope you understand. My apologies because my English is not so good like I would like. And I hope it's your time, your question time. I thank you very much. I'm reading the chat. And thank you. It's something for Spain. Thank you. Hello. And
I will help you with that, Esther, if you want. I can support you a bit. We had some, of course, people saying thank you, that it was very interesting. And we have a question here in the chat. How many students are in your school?
Okay. Yeah. In total, we have 1482. But we have 148 with a special need. Deaf, only deaf. And with other disability, we have in total 200. More or less. More or less.
Okay. Great. Let me check. Someone just asked the link for the first video. I have shared it with you in the chat. And yeah, maybe we can give you some time to think of any questions, something that you would like to ask to Esther. But in the meantime, maybe Esther, I can ask you something very quickly. So basically, during those days, we had a series of webinars regarding special education needs. And what we realized also from the first webinar of the webinar series, another webinar that took place yesterday, and your webinar today, is that there should be a lot of emphasis and focus given on interaction and collaboration, because from the video you showed us from your school, it seems that you work a lot of with experiments, with hands-on activities, a lot of images. You show a lot of images. You're trying to keep students active, to collaborate. I saw that the teachers were working very close with the students, and I think it's very important that But well, in some cases, you know that this is not the reality of all the schools around Europe, and sometimes time management can also be a burden. Do you have any advice or something that you would like to say for the teachers that maybe don't have much time to, let's say, focus a lot on their students, or if they have students with special education needs in their classroom without a supportive teacher? Something that could encourage them, something that you might want to share from your own experience, how to approach maybe those students, how to help them be part of the classroom.
So I know the reality of a lot of the school of Europe, because we are a school education Erasmus plus, and we have a lot of meeting of Erasmus. And I know in Euros they must do to the line and a special, an ordinary center, and then support for the special school, the teacher and the other professional into the school. So I think it's very important that you to work with the family, to work to the family and make the first evaluation that the need has the children. So this is the first of the beginning that we have to do to the inclusion, because we have to think that the student can do it. So in a lot of cases, we have a lot of a big group with the students with a lot of needs, but it's very important to do methodology activity, that the teacher is not the only that has the power, the knowledge. Okay, you are the mediation, communication, and the mediation of the learning teaching. So for example, I present you the methodology of Corning, and it's very gratificable to use in all kind of classroom. For ordinary and or special need, you can use this methodology, and one teacher with different small group with activity level in different levels. So it's a good tool for to do support these students, all students. I don't know if I answer your question.
Yes, you answered perfectly the question, to be honest, because we always think that it's the teacher's responsibility to help the students, but if you don't have the support of the parents, and if the parents, cannot support the teacher, how will this, let's say, inclusion happen? If the parents themselves don't try to help their children or help the teacher in the school overall, how can we achieve the best outcomes? Oh, you're very right in that, and we always tend to think that it's the teacher's responsibility, but in fact, it's not. It's a shared responsibility between the school, between other teachers, between the parents, and of course the community. Thank you very much. I don't see any other questions coming in the chat, and maybe, I don't know, would you like to share something as a conclusion, Mark, while I'm resharing my presentation? Would you like to share a conclusion, Mark, something to encourage here our teachers who are watching us? Is there something that you might want to share or no? If not,
No
it's okay.
No question.
Great. So then
maybe...
Great, thank you. So maybe then we can start concluding. As I mentioned in the beginning of this webinar, the webinar series offer you the possibility to obtain a certificate. In order to obtain the certificate, you need to fill in two simple, let's say, criteria. You need to register and, of course, take part in both the webinars of the webinar series. One of them took place on Friday. As my colleague Kira said in the chat, if you were dealing with any technical issues, please feel free to use the help desk. You can find the link of the help desk in the chat or on the European School Education platform. And of course, you need to fill in the final activity, which will open in 6 minutes approximately, Central European Time always. Please keep that in mind, that all the times are in Central European Time zone. And the deadline to submit it is tomorrow, basically before midnight IN Central European Time Zone. And let's see maybe some of the upcoming learning events on the European School Education platform. We know that Christmas holidays are approaching, but we still have a few things coming up in December. We have a webinar focused on literacy and digital skills. And we will take a deeper look on the Let's Book Trailers project. Trust me, it's a very interesting project. You will see how you can support your teachers, let's say, reading skills combined with digitization. And of course, we have the online course series that is concluding in December, the Unlocking the Power of Teachers' Digital Competencies course series. And we also have a podcast. We also have a podcast regarding the integration of European values into the classroom. It is also very interesting. Please, you can click already on the links in your screen. I hope so. You can do. And you can take a look in all our upcoming learning events. And with this, we would like to thank you for taking part in this webinar series, and we hope to see you soon. I will just take another last look in the chat. Let's see if we have any questions here. No, I think we're good. And thank you everyone again for spending some time with us today. We hope that you find some very interesting information, that you found, that you heard some interesting information, that you found some useful practices. Esther, we would like to thank you for accepting our invitation and preparing this very interesting presentation. Thank you all. See you in the following learning events. Bye, everyone.
Bye.